Hey, is Copilot available in Microsoft 365 for forms? So this morning I found out that actually it is now. So when I create a new form, hey, I have this draft with Copilot. So let's see what it can do. And I'm gonna start first with a very vague uh, ask. So create a survey to identify what are the issues people are having when collaborating and communicating with Microsoft 365 tools. Very vague. I'm going to generate. So let's see what it offers. So how many questions do we have? So we have 8 questions. It's a short survey. So now the first question is to frame who the people are. So that's interesting. It's a good thing. Then asking what tool they're using. I think Yammer is not, you know, shouldn't be there anymore. It should be engaged, but it's a good start. Definitely, you can collaborate in Teams, Outlook, SharePoint, and OneDrive. So and with Engage, it's a multi-question. So because you can obviously collaborate in different sections. Often do you experience issue coloring? And so it's close question. What kind of issue? So here it is a close question, and it identifies the introduces some bias here. But it's close question, but with some uh, proposed answers like difficulty finding information, slow performance, lack of integration between tools, confusing user interface, difficulty communicating with others. I think it's missing some points, but it's a good start. I can use it. How satisfied are you with the collaboration and communication feature of Microsoft 365 tools? Okay. How likely you recommend? So NPS question. How easy it's to get when using a communication tool? Okay. Rating. And what are the issue? Okay. It's pretty, you know, from a vague prompt, it's pretty decent. So let's add it. And so you see it transform in the right kind of uh, question, and then I can select a nice template. Well, let's select this one. I'm not sure if it. Okay, it's just for the header. So I have my tool here. There's a text overflow, so it tells me that's maybe too long. I'm not sure why, but it's doing a pretty decent job actually. I'm pretty amazed. Um, I like better this. So that's from a simple prompt. You put the date. It summarizes what the intent of the survey is, and you eventually you can trick it. So the next thing is, once you did that, you cannot use Copilot anymore. That's the first thing I learned. Oh, I didn't select mine. Whatever. Uh, well, that's another issue. When I close the panel, then it came back to the usual theme. But I guess I can see all the themes here. So that's another thing. I cannot leverage Copilot here anywhere. There's no Copilot sign here. I don't have access to any more to Copilot. So that's the first thing, first example. Let's take another more uh, complex example, more detailed example. I'm going to create a new form. So before that, with new quiz, there's no, unfortunately, there is no Copilot. But new form there is. So I think I have a prompt in my clipboard. Let's see. So I would like a questionnaire with 10 questions to quiz people on their knowledge of Copilot for Microsoft with 4 possible answers for each question. One open question to see where people are struggling the most with Copilot for Microsoft 365. One question on their struggle with collaboration, one with their struggle with communication, one uh, with all Microsoft 365 tools listed, and a rating from never used to critical. So it's pretty detailed, and so we'll see if first I have all the questions and how do they come. So I have 10 questions, and you saw in my first attempt was to have more than 10 multiple choice questions. So I should have 15 questions. I only have 10. So it didn't answer, it just understood the first part of my prompt. And so what is Copilot? Okay. Which are the following tasks can Copilot? Okay, okay, okay. So it seems that the questions are okay. They are open-ended questions. Uh, I have, I don't know why. Maybe it was not able to find 10 questions for Copilot. It just stopped here. 5 questions. It did 5 questions, and then it transitioned to my next ask. So I'm not sure what are the limitations in terms of number of questions. But it did a mix. So there's 5, then there's the question I asked. The struggle with collaboration, the struggle with communication. He understood that I wanted to rate from never to critical, the use of tools, uh, but Microsoft 365 tools, obviously there's more than that, so it's limited. But it does a good job for me. It does a good job at, you know, help me draft a first version that I can expand. Um, and it shows probably the good framework with the good ticker, multiple choice, or in here. Oh yeah, that's why I forgot to do last time, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna keep it. And once again, when you're done with it, you cannot come back with Copilot. You cannot say, okay, add a more one more question. So if you want to add a more question, I'm gonna do that a last time. Let's do a new form. And I'm gonna change the prompt, Windows V. So a quiz of 20 questions on Teams feature to see if people know well Microsoft chat presents status meeting change. Quiz. Make a quiz of 20 questions. I'm gonna change a little bit for advanced users on Teams features to see if people know well Microsoft Teams, including chat. And I'm gonna say 10, 20. I just want closed questions. So see if it doesn't ask open-ended questions, and let's generate that. So you can play with Copilot in the survey. It will help you to drive some things. Um, Definitely can really save some time and give some ideas too. Because here, I don't have any ideas on what kind of question I can ask, but maybe I'm gonna out of the 20, I'm gonna just keep 10. But it's already 10 that I can, leverage. So it does a decent job. What is the number, maximum number in Teams live events? Oof. I'm not sure if the right answer is. So you need to check also if the answers are correct. And then you can say, okay, add more detail for Copilot to fine-tune the draft. So let's see if we it can add a question. Add a question on Teams usage in Copilot. So let's see if it add if it adds a question or if it generates everything again. Okay, so seems that yeah, it generates a question again. I'm not sure if they're exact same questions. Let's see. Okay, that has nothing to do with Copilot, so probably they don't have the intelligence on Copilot yet. But it added an extra question, but he had to go through the regeneration of everything. So very exciting to play with Copilot for form. Hope you liked it.